Australia 195 all out and India 36 for 1. What a day of cricket from the Boxing Day Test match. Tune in to Jatin's scorecard to find out what exactly happened on day 1. Australia won the toss and as I mentioned yesterday, the right thing to do even on a track like this, which is a pretty sporting kind of wicket, was to bat first. Tim Paine had no hesitation in batting first, but he found that the Australians found the Indian bowling in top order from ball 1 today. If you look at Bumrah, he made the batsmen play almost everything with the new ball, and that's one of the unwritten rules of cricket, that when you have the new ball in your hand, when the ball is hard and shiny, you've got to make the batsman play as many balls as possible. He cleaned Burns up and he put the choke on Wade right from the word go. There's been a lot of talk about Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy. I myself spoke about it yesterday, and a lot of people have written in saying that he's got a lot of flair as a captain. He's a natural captain, and he showed that he's also a very instinctive captain today. Against the run of play, when he had Mohammad Siraj as a third seamer, he sensed that Ashwin could get some purchase from the wicket, and he brought him on really quickly, and it paid dividends straight away, because Ashwin was on target from ball 1. If he bowled brilliantly in the first test match, he actually kind of outdid himself in this game as well. He was right on the money, and in true Ashwin style, attacking the stumps. Remember, he doesn't attack the 4th or 5th stump like say Nathan Lyon does. Ashwin bowls more into the stumps because he's got a couple of variations which take the ball the other way as well. I was actually expecting him to bowl a few balls which kind of pitch and straighten up or go towards first slip, like how he got Steve Smith in the first game. But I think the wicket had a little bit of moisture in it, so that gave him spin, but that didn't give him the firmness for the ball to go the other way. I think come the second innings, you will see that Ashwin's a drifter or the over spinner will kind of come into play a little bit more, because the wicket will be firmer. He will find more purchase and more bounce, and that's something which the Australians will have to watch out for. There were 2 debuts for India today, Shubman Gill and Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj really impressed me. I've been seeing him for the last 3 or 4 years during my term as selector. And one thing which you will get from Mohammad Siraj day in and day out is absolute 100% effort. He is that typical instinctive fast bowler who wants to try and attack the stumps all the time, and he is never shy of doing the hard yards. He's not bothered about which way the wind is coming in, if it's front to him or if it's behind his back. He's not bothered about that. He just wants to play cricket, and you could see that enthusiasm today. I think he is a perfect third seamer for India, because as a third seamer, you sometimes need to hold one end up. You've got to bowl in support of the Bumrahs and the Umesh Yadavs and the Ashwins of the world. So you've got to try and do a little bit of a containing job. I also feel that Mohammad Siraj is a very instinctive fast bowler. If you followed his spell today, for the first 2 or 3 overs, he was getting the ball to nip back in, which is his stock ball. But then as the ball wore a little bit, that same ball which was kind of pitching on off stump and going towards middle stump, that same ball kept started holding its line, and that's how he got a couple of his wickets today, because the ball held its line and hit the pads. So I think with Mohammad Siraj, India would like to think that they've found a good support bowler, a good support third seamer, and it was really nice to see him get a couple of wickets today. He's had a little bit of a rough run of it lately. He lost his father to COVID, but obviously things have now started working out for him, and he is also a guy, I think, who will be able to kind of help India in our quest to get tail-enders out. If you followed the Indian team closely, you've seen the tail wagging quite a bit. A bowler like Siraj, because he bowls into the stumps such a lot, that old cardinal principle of trying to bowl straight to tail-enders, because if they miss, you hit. I think that kind of principle comes into action with Siraj, because he's at you, he's at the stumps all the time. What we've not seen in this innings is that he's got a great Yorker as well. So you'll see that at some stage during the test match and during the series. Let's talk about Australia's batting a little bit today. If the Indians, as I said yesterday, the Indians need to play positively. I think Australia as well need to look a little bit at their own approach because they've been strangely circumspect. They've been strangely doubting as a batting unit, and I think one of the reasons is that Steve Smith hasn't got going, in the last 2 or 3 innings. But even Labuschagne today looked as if he was hesitant, looked a little bit defensive. This is not the Australia we know. This is not the Australian batting lineup we know. As I mentioned in yesterday's show, I think they are missing David Warner in this department because Australia is strong when they are positive with the bat and positive with the ball. Now the bowling department is completely taken care of because you've got 4 world-class champions there to look after that department. But without Warner and without Steve Smith in form, they look as if they've got a gear missing somewhere. On the other hand, the Indians have bowled terrifically to them. They haven't given them any inch, any room at all, and they've caused the Australians to be a little bit on the back foot. So I think that's a huge win for India. Bumrah again is looking like he's getting into his usual kind of rhythm, and that's a fantastic piece of news for India because they'll be hoping and Bumrah's obviously their strike bowler, but they will be hoping that this rhythm, this momentum for Bumrah continues, and you will see that Ajinkya Rahane will use him in shorter spells. He will use him as a shock kind of weapon. He won't give him the longer spells. Today after lunch, if you follow the game, you would have seen that Mohammad Siraj bowled a really long spell, and that's another facet of Ajinkya Rahane's captaincy. He could have got Bumrah back, to bowl immediately after lunch, but he is now thinking of developing Mohammad Siraj as a bowler as well. And with it being the first Test match, I think a thought which Ajinkya Rahane would have had was that let me give this debutant a longer first spell so he eases into the game. As you start kind of sweating and perspiring, you kind of start feeling a bit more comfortable, to the big stage. Remember, it's his first Test match. So I think Ajinkya Rahane's subtle kind of nuances about captaincy come out in pieces like this. He gave Mohammad Siraj time to settle down into this big Boxing Day Test match atmosphere, and that will really help India for the rest of the series. It's going to be a fascinating next few days at the Test match. Tomorrow is probably the most crucial day. India have their work cut out. There's Shubman Gill who's playing really well, but India have their work cut out. The Australians will come after them, right from the first ball. Gill will have to settle down again. He will understand that this atmosphere is something very, very different to what he's been playing at, and I'm sure these 40 minutes at the end of the day's play today would have taught him more than perhaps 2 or 3 seasons of first class cricket, because Cummins and Stark and Hazelwood came at him with all that they had. But Gill is another example of a new age Indian batsman. Prithvi Shaw, Gill, Mayank Agarwal, these are Rishabh Pant, Sanju Samson, these guys, Surya Yadav, Shreyas Iyer, they're all pretty much from the same batch, and these are all Indian players who have aggression as their primary instinct rather than defense. So this is a new breed of Indian batsmen whom we are seeing, and not only does Gill have aggression ingrained into him, but at some stage, if he gets going in this series, if he gets going tomorrow, you will see a lot of audacity from him as well, because he will be wanting to stamp his presence on the game and on the series. So he will kind of try to play a little more aggressively. He's got to be careful. He's got the top bowling attack in the world to deal with. But overall, from what I've seen of Gill, I've always been impressed with him, and that's the reason he sees himself in the squad. Prithvi Shaw's been unfortunate, got a couple of good balls early up, facing a little bit of unfair criticism. But Gill is another fantastic player, tall guy. He uses his height to get a good stride forward. He's got a very uncomplicated technique, a straight backlift, simple backlift, and he is a guy who will try and take the attack to the Australians tomorrow. So if he gets going, I can assure you that there'll be a treat to watch tomorrow. That's it for today, but I'll join you tomorrow evening around the same time. Waking up 4:45 in the morning. Can't wait for the first ball to be bowled tomorrow. If you have any thoughts, or if you need any more explanation about anything that I spoke about today, do leave your comments or write to me on Twitter using the Ask Jatin hashtag, and we'll get back to you. Thank you.